Hi there, and welcome back to the gardener upstairs. I'm craving something pretty hearty for dinner, but I don't want to sacrifice taste and I still want to eat clean. However, I've been training pretty hard all week, so I don't feel like standing around the kitchen all day. So I'm going to show you how I make a roast. I think a good roast is the easiest way to impress people with your prowess in the kitchen, but I really don't consider it cooking. It's food preparation at best. It's just so simple. This roast is the motivation for the whole super simple staples idea that I base my nutrition around. Whenever my mom hears that I made a roast, she always gives me the same line about how being able to cook so well is going to make me a great catch for some woman someday. Basically, that women are going to fall all over themselves to marry me because I can make this. But I don't want someone that finds this impressive. This takes half a step more than making a box of macaroni and cheese. I'll show you. Let's get started. First, we set the oven to 350 degrees. This is the hunk of meat that we're going with today. One of these actually. It comes in a 2-pack. It's beef chuck roast from Sam's Club. It's usually around $16 to $22 a package. It depends on the weight and the price of beef at the time. It seems like a high price, but there's 2 in here and they're pretty large, so if you're not a glutton like me, you eat sensible portions, there's quite a few meals in here. So it's not quite as expensive as it seems. I don't need to eat all this meat, so I'm going to pack one of these up for next week. Sometimes I cook them both together, but since I want to do the veggies today, I'm only going to do one, and that will leave us a lot more room for a well-rounded meal in one pan. It's a good idea to spray your baking pan with some cooking spray or to grease it up. If not, it can be a real nightmare to clean it. Some people line their pans with foil so there's absolutely zero mess, but that's not something I've ever done. To each their own. Now just place your chunk of beef in the center of the pan. The next step is to cut up the vegetables. I know it's not a vegetable, but we need a carb. So I'm going with red potatoes this week. And for my cruciferous vegetables, I've got some Brussels sprouts. I need that beta carotene, so I got some carrots. Usually I go with baby carrots, but the loose ones were on sale this week. And then, mostly for flavor, adds a little bit of texture, got some celery. And last but not least, I plucked some of my Indigo Rose tomatoes from the garden. I like those on top, they give a little extra flavor. Cook times are going to be the same whether you veggie up or not. You are going to want to be mindful of the types of vegetables and the sizes of your chunks, because a small piece of a soft vegetable is going to turn to mush. It'll give you a nice broth, but it's not really a vegetable you're going to want on your plate. Still tastes good though. There is a little bit of a method to my madness when it comes to filling the pan. I like to start by putting in the big chunks, the potatoes and the Brussels sprouts and etc. The things that I want to absorb the meat flavor. And then I fill in the holes with the things like the carrots and the celery with things that I want to add flavor to the whole dish. That's why there's basically only carrots and celery and tomatoes on top of the beef. The next step is seasoning. I don't add salt to my food, so it's just whatever salt-free seasonings I have around. I'm not very picky. And we'll go with some black pepper. This next step is really important, and I forget it way too often, which is an easy way to ruin a great meal and waste a lot of money. You need to add water to the bottom of the pan. You don't need a lot of water. Too much and you risk your meat tasting like it was boiled, which isn't so good. And not enough and you risk your vegetables sticking to the bottom of the pan and burning before the meat has a chance to make its juices, which are going to do the job much better and much more tastily. I like to vent the foil a little bit just so that the steam from the water we put in can come out in somewhat of a controlled manner. It helps avoid that boiled taste. Now, just slide it in the oven. Then just set your timer, going for 3.5 hours. We'll check it then. It's been about 3.5 hours. The house smells great, so we're going to pull the roast out and we're going to see if it's done. You ready for the unveiling? The potatoes and the carrots seem to be the perfect consistency. They're not mushy and they're not crunchy. And the meat is definitely done. So I think this is ready to eat. It looks delicious, so I'm going to make myself a plate and I'm going to let the rest cool down so I can pack it up and do my dinners for the rest of the week. I would say that with healthy portion sizes, not the monster portions I like to eat, that this could very easily feed a family of 4. It'd be a nice healthy dinner. It's simple, it's cheap, it's got lots of nutrients. It's basically everything that a super simple staple needs. There's really no reason to resort to fast food when you're feeling lazy. Looks like a pretty delicious and nutritious dinner to me. I hope you liked this video. I hope you'll give it a try. The roast really was the inspiration for my super simple staples style of eating and this part of my channel. It's something I've been doing for about 10 years, and I hope that I accurately conveyed how easy it is to make a cheap, nutritious meal. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you try your own roasts, or you've got ideas on how to make the process even easier, please leave a comment. And if you'd like to see even more super simple staples, please subscribe. Have fun, eat healthy, and I will see you next time upstairs in the garden.